here I have a 2013 Kia Soul with a 2.0 engine, and this car had the P0017, which means the crankshaft and the exhaust camshaft were out of time. Um, and what I did was I replaced both oil control valves because this car was about 10,000 miles overdue on its oil change, and the lady doesn't really take care of it. So I thought for sure that was a fix because it's pretty common on most of these Kias and Hyundais. Well, in this case, it wasn't that. So this is more of to anyone who already did that. The next step would be, honestly, the easiest would be to have a scope and see what the patterns are. Unfortunately, that would be the next step. So to anyone who doesn't have a scope, this usually really isn't a video for you. Um, the next step in that case, for in your case, would be to take apart the engine and see if the timing marks line up. But to whoever has a scope, this would be a video for you to see how to set up the scope. So first here I have a waveform, and it's supposed to be, the bottom is the crankshaft, the top is the camshaft. There's supposed to be 15 notches, crankshaft notches, away from each other. It's 15 notches at idle, and then at acceleration it's supposed to be 21 notches away. All right, so it's pretty easy to set it up. This is a view of the whole thing. If anyone needs that, just stop the video and just look at it. So on this next clip, what I'm going to show is the oil control valves is connected, and they're going to be shiny because I just replaced them. So I disconnect them so they don't make any adjustment to the timing. And what I'm going to show is I'm connected to the white wire on the exhaust camshaft. That white one's the signal. This one's your 5-volt reference. That's your ground. And if you ever want to test the intake, it's the same thing. That's your signal. The middle one's the signal, ground, and 5-volt reference. And then the crankshaft one is down here. Alright, you can see that. It's not that hard to get to. As you can see, that's the crankshaft position sensor, and the one on the left is the battery positive, and the one on the right is the ground. You want to connect to the left one, and then my ground just goes to the battery. But after I turned it on, here's what I got. All right, from the start to the this is the crankshaft, this is the camshaft, but you want 15 crankshaft notches at the start of this one, and I have 19 right here, so it's out of time. Customer's probably not going to put any money into it, but that's a pretty easy diagnosis. It's not too hard. It took me like 10 minutes just to set up everything and do the research. So hopefully that helps out someone. With these results, I can justify to the customer why we need to open up the engine and start to see where the timing marks are and exactly what went wrong. She didn't want to do that, so we just removed the oil control valves, returned them. So all she had to pay was for the diag.